So, uh, last week we had left off. You said gotten over where the rotted out drawbridge was. Down here, found a dead body right by the shore of the moat. We had not gone into Weatherstone yet, and I wanted to take a quick moment before you go in. There were some issues with my communications. I wanted to make sure that everybody had gotten all their XP. Real quick, in the player's book, it's on page 39, the questions for the XP. If you want to look at them real quick, for the past 2 sessions, just read over them real good and make sure that you got all the XP that you should have. And recommending something on a little bit of the meta level. If you have XP, I recommend you spend some of it before you go venturing into this dungeon.
What page was it?
That is page 39 for the XP questions. And then the following page will tell you the cost for raising talents and skills.
The only concern there being that if you're buying something new, you have to spend... Well, I mean, you have to spend time anyway. But if you're buying something new, you have to pass a wits check to learn something new, unless you have a teacher, and there's nobody out here but us. So, I mean, since we're sitting here in silence, I'm just gonna shoot the elephant in the room here. Since I've made the game, I had the ability to see all sheets, and I brought up to Dan before that some of you have less XP than you should have. And I know going back over the questions is going to be kind of hard if you don't remember what things happened in which sessions.
Okay, so how much experience should we have? What are we looking at?
Are you on your normal mic, by the way? Or is your voice just weird today?
I think both.
Okay. Well, because, you left halfway through the first session, so you only got whatever I told you the first time, and then shoot. Hold on, Dan. You have the numbers I gave you before?
Hold on. They should be here in the Discord chat. Let me bring it up.
Yeah, because the thing is that XP is very player-to-player sort of thing. Because sometimes you could do things that get you XP and not other people. So.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm looking at the list, but I don't. Nothing is jumping out as something that I would have had. I did not risk my life for another PC. I did not suffer from my dark secret, and I don't believe I explored an extraordinary action as of last session. I think I only have XP for participating, traveling through an additional hex. We did not discover a new adventure site, right? We decided that that's something else.
Discover a new adventure site. So that would be XP there.
Okay, so that would be 3 experience. So I should be at 6, not 5.
Alright.
I think you should be at more than that. Hold on.
You should have 1 XP for each session for discovering a site.
Let's see, the numbers I had.
It should be like a minimum of 7 XP. Let me see.
You should be at 7, I think.
Like, I'll bump it up to 7. I just don't see the math. So if you guys,
Well, the thing is that both sessions that we've done, I did something extra to got myself 1 extra XP.
that's cool. I don't think I did though.
No, that's what I'm saying is that, but except for you, where you had a different XP total from Arkloyd in the first session because you left and missed some things that earned experience. Except for the first session, every other time, everyone has just basically just been 1 XP behind me. So I know how much I got per session because I spent all of my first one, and now I'm sitting on the second one. So it just should be mine minus 2. So in your case, it's 3 plus what we got last time, which was 4 everyone else should have gotten. So I'm thinking Arkloyd should have 9, and you should have 7. Specifically because neither of you have spent any.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue against more experience points. I'm comfortable with 7. I just don't, I don't see how we got there.
Well,
but if you're saying we're there, that's fine.
I mean, the first time I explained to you, because I posted the thing. I guess in this case, I'd have to wait till the VOD comes out. I don't know.
Right.
Okay, practice. I have my first session, I got 5, and my second, I got 3. Where did I miss?
You must have missed 1 because I got 5, and I only did 1 extra thing from you on last session. So you should have gotten 4.
So last session is where I'm missing it. I got participate, travel 1 fresh hex, and risk life for other PC. What did I miss?
A new adventure site.
Okay, that makes sense.
Again, these are questions I could have answered last week. This is why it's very important to keep track. Unfortunately, this is also unfortunately, I don't know. This is also the kind of game where y'all being as powerful as you should be could be a life or death to me. So I need y'all to be as powerful as you could be.
Yeah, and also, as I went through setting this up, I can tell you that they do not balance out encounters.
I mean, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about it before, and it very much seems like this game is designed for PC turnover.
It says that you're expected to get beat up, but it's a bit difficult to die.
Well, I mean, in the way that it has like Warhammer style crits, that sort of thing, where you get injured and over time. But I mean, it also seems like once that starts happening, if you can't get away, you're gonna die. And in that case, XP is pretty quick. You get XP pretty quickly as long as you're doing stuff. So, I mean, I don't see it as big of a problem. Get into a fight, have a problem, kind of re-roll to random character.
Okay, so we don't have a chef yet. I feel like Rob was talking about that. But
Rob was talking about it, but
chef.
I think he was waiting to go back to town to do that. Because again, the thing is, if you're going to try and learn it out here, or start learning it out here, you both have to take a quarter of the day doing it. Roll a wits check to even learn it. You fail the wits check, you get the XP back, but you've just wasted a quarter of the day. And as we've already said, that kind of meta thing of Rob said he was going to go for it, so you want to go for it?
I'm just trying to think of stuff that would be useful. But again, if we don't want to waste the time out here, then, I don't actually care being underpowered. So if it's, as well as whatever. We'll do it when we can do it. If you think we should do it now, we can do it now. But if you don't want to waste the time, I don't care.
I mean, all I'm thinking is it could be a waste of time if we all just get murdered.
I mean, I'm not dying to see this character grow old and rich and famous, so it doesn't actually bother me either. At the same time, I'll be honest, I am enjoying this game system. I'm probably more interested in finding the limits of it and seeing what happens when things go wrong than I am in, like I said, progressing my character to a ripe old age. So maybe that's the sort of fatalistic approach, or contrary or metagamey, but yeah. I still, the other aspects too, and I know Theta, this is a very different approach that we take to these things, is that you've already mastered this game out simply by reading the manual, which I have not done. So like I'm not rushing to buy skills and stuff because so far I've only seen maybe like 5 examples of skills and talents being used in the game, so I don't really know what has value and what doesn't yet.
I say as I'm editing my notepad, which is basically a diagram for the next 17 sessions. Yeah, no, I guess apropos of that, or not so much tangentially to that, the builder talent, by the way, is what you would use if you want to start building strongholds, and you don't have to make them in dungeons. You can just build a house in the middle of nowhere. The book suggests having multiple strongholds. The only thing about that, though, is that you want to hire NPCs to keep watch over them and to repair them, because there's a lot of shit that can go wrong with a stronghold, especially if no one's watching it. But the idea being that a stronghold is a place you can rest and camp without anything, no mishaps. Plus, you get an automatic willpower at once per session, I think it says, just for arriving at your stronghold. So having them littered across the countryside is recommended by the book.
No, that's very cool. I like the idea of like in a game like this you have range, like how far can you get away from a town before you're going to run out of resources. So the idea that you're sort of like making your own checkpoints in the world is cool. It's a good idea.
Yeah, and then building the additions to them, like having a farm, which gives you like 100 wheat per season, and then having a, I forget what it's called, a stove or something there, where your chef can turn all of that wheat into food. Or rations, or whatever it says. It's very modular.
And you can bring in all your craftsmen as well, so you have your armorers and all your blacksmiths doing all that stuff, and your own self-sufficient town. So,
I'm into it. I assume we need the builder talent. We probably also need a lot of money, right? Like that's where your money's going to.
it honestly depends on how nice of a stronghold you want to have, and you can build it as you go. You could literally find an empty cabin out in the middle of the mountain somewhere. This is our stronghold. What's it got right now? Not a whole lot of anything.
I was wondering if I could do a wits roll to try to learn the talent of lockpicker.
Alright. So everybody's gonna spend a little time. Quarter of a day, not a big deal. I could presume that you can make some kind of quick camp setup in the watchtower where you.
Do we have a marker on here to tell us what time of day it is?
I can get one out here.
Because again, also the concern is that we all are resting on one level of rations, so if we waste all of our time here, we are going to starve.
We take a quick look at what time of day it was when we got here. Right, it was actually evening time. Then I believe, if I remember correctly, you said camped in the guard tower, which would now make it morning time. Got the token set. You all sit around your camp. Anyone else trying to learn anything?
Yeah, if we're gonna take the time, then I'll make a roll to get something too. I'm just perusing.
I guess that there's no loss in it, given that I just get the XP back if I don't learn it. What is it? Fast footwork. I'll try and learn fast footwork. Where do I... Oh, apparently that wasn't the right button to push. How do I just roll wits? I guess I'll just put 2, because I have 2 wits.
If it
There we go.
should be like anything else.
So I failed, I get the XP back.
Nothing lost but a little bit of time.
Where did you put the time of day thing?
Up in the corner here. I'll bring it down a little bit. You know what? I'm on the GM layer.
I was gonna say, I
That
don't
would
see
be
it
why.
anywhere. And I rejoined as player, so I wouldn't see any spoilers. And that represents morning?
Yes, and I'm
Okay.
about to change it over to afternoon.
I guess I'm gonna have to eat and drink right now then.
I was gonna say no one has had anything to eat today either.
Yeah. That we've already using a fourth of the day, so. Cool. Damn it.
Alright.
So down a little bit of water.
Everybody's going down water. And looking at the water in the moat, you can definitely see that that water is not potable. There's a funky green color, stuff floating on top.
That's fine. I lost some water, but I'm still at D6 now. I went from D8 to D6. I've never lost water before.
Okay, I think I'm gonna try to pick up Smith. It might be nice to be able to make stuff, make blades and things.
You'll just have to find a source of iron.
Yeah, well, we'll have to start collecting stuff.
Or iron ore, rather. Smith the one that lets you do that, or is there another one? Because I know there's one that lets you turn iron ore into iron.
Oh, let's see. I can use the crafting skill to make any close combat weapon, shield, or metal armor from the weapons. Oh, blah 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 blah. You can also turn iron ore into iron at a forge.
Oh, there you go.
But okay, we're doing a wits.
Well, there you go.
You learned it.
I learned it. Nice. Okay, so that was 3 experience, right?
Yep, for level 1.
And I have Smith.
You know, if I were to push my learning roll, I would have to subtract the 2 skulls from it.
Yes. Now, real quick, I wanted to make sure when you press that push button on the character sheet, do you see a dialogue box pop up?
Yes.
When you press confirm on that, that should make the push roll.
No, it's asking if you've reduced the dice and everything like that, so you don't confirm that
and when
unless
you-
you're right, which is the step
Yeah.
you've been doing wrong the whole time.
Yeah, once you do that, you can click to confirm, and that makes the roll.
Well, no, it asks you, are you sure you've subtracted the right dice first, and we've just been hitting yes, assuming it was doing it for us. That's why the prompt is there, telling you that it doesn't do it for you. Anyway, Clingerton, are you gonna take immense damage before you enter the dungeon?
I'm already sitting on 4 willpower. So no.
All right. So we take some time. Deus learns how to work with some metal, make some weapons. You had already crossed over that drawbridge once. I'm not going to require extra rolls to do that.
Well, technically, we were already. That's where we ended.
Yes. Now, everyone is done learning, and everyone has eaten. What is
You know what? You're never done learning. It's a lifelong pursuit.
No, you can be born stupid. To its man, I'm never gonna learn anything.
Are we all prepared to start venturing in?
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe I am at least. I don't know about you others.
All right. A moment here, we can use a little bit. So you start making your way into the gatehouse. Anybody doing anything in particular? Right. Moving through, the gatehouse is rather small. There is a exit way leading out of this small courtyard with a couple towers up into the first section of building. Small stairway winding up. What is everybody doing?
We can't hear any noises coming from above, right? Do we want to set a marching order?
If you want to move tokens out and you can probably just set a marching order to the side.
Instantly, everyone drops their tokens everywhere but together.
I get the feeling that I'm probably our weakest fighter right now, so I might take the back rank.
And I'm designed
Alright.
to be the fighter, so I'll probably take the front rank.
I mean, I guess I do have military service. Let's just take a quick temperature in the room. I've got 5 fight dice. Wait, what? Melee dice, I mean. Klingerdin, where are you at with that? With your melee
That's
skill?
based on strength, right?
Yeah, it's strength and melee. I guess if you're a ranged fighter, it would be something else. Lauren?
I have 5 dice in melee.
Cool.
I swing my sword with an 8.
There you go. Okay, so it feels like we're in the right order. Is there... How do you do ranged attacks? I don't... Oh, marksmanship, right there. Okay, never mind.
Wonderfully, I also shoot my bow with a 6.
Very nice. Okay, so...
Although I thought I was the
Onward.
only one with a short bow, so...
I think I have one, too. Yeah, I think I inherited that during character creation, so I will pew pew from the back.
Right.
Right now, I guess as we're going up the stairs, I will cover our rear in case someone's coming up behind us.
And I will give a quick reminder. Drawing a weapon is a fast action. Say a sword, if you had your bow thrown over your back. If you're readying your bow, that is also a quick action.
Is this a situation where we could say we draw our weapons and proceed with caution, and then skip that part?
If you were to get into combat, then it would make a difference if you didn't have a weapon out.
Yeah, no, I assumed we have our weapons out. Sorry. My bad, not saying it out loud.
No, that's fine. I'll pull my bow out, knock an arrow.
the mental image of my character, I'd already Conan to the sword out.
All
Conan
right.
the
then.
sword is a great verb. I like that.
All right. Anybody doing anything else other than getting your weapons ready? Figuring out who goes first.
I'd say I light a torch, but I don't have any.
Oh, I guess that's a good question. What's the lighting like in here?
You're still out in the open, so you do have daylight. As you start moving up the stairs and heading into the first section of this castle, which is looks to be a large hall. The roof is partially destroyed, so you believe there should be a decent amount of light, unless there's something you don't see obscuring.
Okay, so that's nice. So long as we're traveling in the daytime.
That could change as you get to another section, however.
As we get deeper in, I don't think I have anything else to prepare at this point.
Okay.
Going forward.
All right. Making your way up the stairs, you get to the entrance. There was once doors, large double doors on this entrance. However, they are now rotten, fallen off. You can see remnants of them laying about on the ground. Are you going in, looking in? I believe that would be you up front, Kadek.
I think I'll scout ahead.
You're going to scout? All right, go ahead and make a roll. Ooh. Do you want to
Wow.
push that roll?
don't do it, Clingerton.
I
You've
don't
got
think
shit
so.
to live for.
All right. Yeah, you don't see or hear anything out of the ordinary as you approach. And Kadok, I believe you were at the front.
Yep.
You're up by the door. There's a landing area at the top of the stairs. Remnants of two large doors.
I just want to remind something because it's only on. I think it was my duty as the player to remind because it's only on my sheet, and I think I'm the only one with this. As a druid, I have sense magic, which means if someone casts a spell or if there's a magic item around, I automatically know, and I have to use the spell sense magic to know more about it. But
Gotcha. But you are automatically attuned with magic energies.
yes,
In that case, I will say there isn't an actual magical thing in the area, but the entire place gives you a almost negative magical feel. Almost like the very buildings itself are permeated with negative magic.
right. So my main concern was that instantly someone's going to be hiding around a corner or something. It's like, oh,
No,
someone
that you
hide
do
with
not
magic.
see.
Okay.
Nothing like that at all. Are you moving into the hall, looking into the hall?
Wow, yeah, sure, why not? Clayton scattered it. Should be fine.
Okay. Looking into the hall, all that you can see is death and decay. There's remnants of moldy tapestries hanging from the walls. The stench of couple-century-old food. Wooden chairs starting to rot away. You also see a lot of dead bodies, desiccated, almost like they're mummified. Some of them are nothing but skeletons. Judging from remnants of armor and what have you, they were soldiers and servants. large table in the center of the hall. Remnants of food laid out, like I said, centuries old and rotting. Dinnerware set out on the table as well.
As a smith now, I assume all of the armor here is quite rusted and worthless, right? Along with the weapons.
You could use it for scrap.
The armor and the weapons, the armor is actually all studded leather that they're wearing. It is not in the best of condition. Right now, it looks like it would work for maybe like a fight, and then it would go to nothing.
Hmm.
Can I just get a quick reminder, or I guess clarification on something we know already?
Yes?
Algerod's war chest. Is that just a colloquialism for all the money he had? Or is it, like, supposed to be an actual chest?
It is supposed to be an actual chest. Legends say he was carrying it with him in his army.
So he left it all in one piece.
Oh, man. And now we have a 1,000-episode adventure where we have to cross the Grand Line. Way to go, Arkloid. Anyway, yeah, no, I just wanted to make sure, because if it was just the money he had, then it could be anywhere in here. But,
Yes.
just a single chest.
It could be multiple, you're not sure though.
Well, this looks like a dining hall, so
Yes.
I'm going to assume another doorway around here has to lead towards a barracks of some sort.
Yes, there are several doorways leading out. It looks like one goes to a kitchen, quite covered in dust and unused by the centuries. A couple other ones lead into guest chambers for people who'd be staying there overnight, anything like that. And then there is another doorway on the far wall that leads to a stairway going up.
We should split up. We'll cover more ground that way.
Sure. I'll head to the stairway going up. Seems like Clangerton should cover the guest rooms. You can
I'm
cover
sure
the
my guts
kitchen.
will cover a lot of the floor space once they're spilled by some random person here.
I'm sorry, say that again?
I'm sure my guts will cover a lot of ground once they're spilled in a fight here.
No, they'll probably just fall right under you, and then you'll collapse on top of them, so even in that, I'm sure you'll fail.
Even my prodigious gut?
It would look kind of like a Jackson Pollock painting.
I will go investigate the kitchen.
All right. There are no roles in this game for finding secret doors, hidden things. Just describe areas or things that you're searching in. But looking through the kitchen, I'm sure you go through, start checking cabinets, that sort of thing. By the dust covering everything, it looks like no one's been in there for a very, very long time. Any remaining food, even salt cured food and dry cured, they all look like time has been very bad to them. However, looking about, you do find a couple of jugs that are made out of silver. And sitting in a dish, it actually looks like servants were collecting some money. There's a couple of silver pieces.
All right, I'll take the silver pieces for sure. How heavy do these jugs look? Are they something we could carry?
Yeah, they are smaller jugs. Familiar with a growler for beer?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
That size. You could easily. It's small. I believe the term would be for your character sheet.
Gotcha. Right, there's... Let's see.
Tiny, small, normal, heavy, I think it is.
Yeah, I think it's light, not small, but yeah, that's where we're at. I'm just guessing based on the letters. And there's 2 of these things.
Correct.
Okay, I'm gonna pick them up and throw them in my inventory. And let me see here. That's gonna put me over encumbrance. I'll just double check the rules, but I don't care right now. I'm carrying these jugs.
All right. And someone was checking out the stairway, and someone was checking out those guest quarters.
Klinger didn't have the guest quarters.
Yep.
All right. We'll do the guest quarters first with Klingerton. Going through them, it's the same thing as the kitchen. Everything is covered in a couple centuries of dust. No footprints or anything moving about. The furniture is showing the wears of time. The bed linens are rotted away. Looks like if you pull them back, they'll just fall apart in your hands. You don't see any dead bodies or anything like that in there. Going through the rooms, you do find some loose change sitting around. Just a couple of silver pieces.
Should I just put 2 down for a couple?
Yes, 2 silver pieces.
All right.
Haddock, you head up the stairs. Stairs go up to a second floor area. A large amount of the second floor just rotted through. Looks like there's a couple of rooms that are guest quarters. And there is another doorway heading out the far side of the hall to this area here, where there is a large ravine that cuts right through the side of this small outcropping of rock.
Okay,
There was
you
once a
said
draw.
you said this area here, but I didn't see anything. Were you indicating over here?
You seeing my? Hold on.
No, I
Sorry.
don't see your anything. That's why I'm using this pointer tool. Because I'm assuming that you meant over here. Because my visualization. This is the only thing I can think of. It could be.
I was reading something on my GM layer. Sorry. You see my ping now?
Yeah, that's where I'm pointing.
Yes, there's remnants of a drawbridge. However, it looks to be rotted out. Yes. Like I said, it's a giant cleft going right through the outcropping of rock. It looks like there's a lot of debris down at the bottom. The bridge is completely rotted away. You can see there is a doorway going into the building on the far side.
You said drawbridge, right?
Yes, it is completely rotted away, though.
Not even
Only
chains
thing
this time?
left. I was about to say there's just a single chain. Also, looking down that ravine, you can see the remnants of a couple of old wagons. You can see a coat of arms on the side. Why don't you make a lore roll?
So I'm the best equipped for that. So there'd be no harm in pushing that, right?
No harm in pushing that. And you get to re-roll all 3 dice.
Yep. Wrong chart. There we go. Sometimes it's hard to click things. Well, I did do better. You have to admit that.
Yeah. So you don't recognize the coat of arms, but you can see down there, and as you look a bit more, you think you see a couple of chests down there.
How far does the chain go?
The chain stretches all the way across and is attached.
And how far down am I looking?
Quite a ways, all the way down.
How climbable does the rock face seem?
The rock face is climbable. I would say, you would have to make a move roll to get down there.
Let's do it.
Alright, go ahead then.
I do it.
Alright. In that case, you climb down, takes a few minutes. Klingerton and Damdeus, you notice the Caddick's gonna be gone for quite a few minutes. It takes you a bit of time to climb down there. You get to the bottom, you notice that the entire area is covered in some kind of like guano or something. The wagons. Say that again?
Well, shit.
Exactly. The two chests, you do find some of it, but it looks like somebody has been in there already. Looks like the locks are smashed on them. They're slightly open. Scattered about, however, there is 6 copper pieces and 4 silver pieces.
Sorry, how many copper? 4?
6 copper?
6.
Yes. And 4 silver. 4 silver.
Yeah, for some reason I got the silver right and then just repeated it back to you with copper.
And you hear from up in the heights, all the way up, you hear something like a scream or bird cry.
I mean, give it a minute and nothing else happens?
Nope.
Alright, can I just
Nothing
climb
else
back up?
happens. Alright, you'll need to make another roll to climb back up. Alright. You managed to successfully climb back up out of that giant ravine area, back to where the drawbridge was. Making your way back into that hall. Clingered in. Damdeus, you see Caddick come back into the area.
Would we have heard that bird call, or that was an outside thing?
Yes, you hear that as well.
I guess the other question is, does it sound like a really big bird, or just a bird of prey?
That you're not sure because there's a lot of echo.
Right. Okay, cool.
It's not singing the alphabet song, so it's not a big bird.
No, it's
There
not.
you go. I think it's, and then the other question is, does Caddick look like he just had an adventure scaling a poop-covered wall?
Well, the poop wasn't all over the wall going down. It was all over the bottom.
Oh,
So
right.
thankfully, he's not covered in it.
Do you have any idea how much guano is actually worth?
Right.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, so,
The
I mean,
right market.
wouldn't care either way.
Well, I will. Damdeus will return. He has these 2 silver jugs slung over his shoulder, which he will drop, heavily on the main dining table, and say, not much worth bartering here. A couple coins and these. Not sure they're worth their weight, but I'll carry them in case this talk of treasure turns to be false.
Look, I don't know how this is going to pan out, but I'm going to say it anyway. If you want to carry it, it's yours.
Tom Deus nods. This seems like decent terms for proceeding. You keep what you can carry.
Wingerton, are you doing anything?
Sorry, I just got back. I had to throw up a little bit. My
You
nose
all
is
right?
kicking. I've got gastroparesis, so I'm used to it. So I'm just
Rough.
trying to
Sorry
get my
to hear.
mind back on the game now.
Yes, so we're back. We're all together in the room. We're basically like reconvening and talking about what we found.
Yeah, I just found a couple of pieces of silver. Nothing really to write home about.
I guess I'll ask Kadek if he found a way into the next tower.
Oh yeah, it's another chain thing. Same thing we did to get in here. Which then leads me into a mechanical question. You're encumbered now, huh?
I am. So the encumbrance rules they don't seem that punishing. The deal is that if I want to take a run maneuver in combat, or I take a hike maneuver during travel, I have to roll an endurance check. If I fail it, it means I either have to drop something that I'm carrying until I'm unencumbered, or I don't move, or I take a point of agility damage. So it gives you options at least.
If you like, I can carry something for you.
Ugh.
Well, you
You're
weren't
a
here
good
for the
lad.
previous thing of, if you can carry it, you can keep it. So you wouldn't be carrying it for him, you'd be carrying it for you.
True.
But,
I
I'm
was here
not...
for that. I heard that.
Yeah, I'm not attached to these things. I think for now, I'm not too over encumbered. I think it's the kind of thing where if we find ourselves needing to move in a hurry, I can drop one of these jugs and drop myself down to my limit. So I'll be okay.
Yeah, I guess it says nothing about using it hindering you in a move roll. So, I guess you can still climb and everything.
Right? Yeah, I guess so. I assume I just tie them to my belt or something.
A little strange for not affecting move, but okay.
Well, I mean, it affects move in only, 2, or I guess technically 3 circumstances, but we don't have mounts, so it doesn't matter there.
No. So, are we trying to get across the ravine?
Yeah.
Okay. And how is everybody going to be doing that?
Climbing the
What did we
chain, like
do
we did
last
before.
time?
Right.
Yeah, was it what was the check for that?
Move, I think.
Yes, a move check.
Specifically why I brought it up a minute ago.
Right. Oh boy. Okay. Well, it wasn't great for me last time. That is definitely something I should maybe invest some more skill points into when I have the time. Cause
Well, just think of it this way. You fail, it's a quick drop to a quick death.
there you go.
Oh, well, I didn't pass. Push. Just scroll down to that willpower. Push. There we go.
That's right. I think I'm going to be relying on a lot of my dwarvish resilience for this.
Well, that is damage, but that is also a success.
Yes, it is.
That is damage to what? What is move? Move is agility. Thank God. Oh. Clicked the wrong one.
All
Took
right.
4 agility damage. There we go. Just one. Just 1 damage.
Just one. So, keeping to our marching order, does Klingerdin want to go next?
Yes.
All right, and you make it as well.
All right, then here we go. Move time. Nope. Push time. All
Ooh.
right, here's my first fail. We're gonna spend a willpower to use Dwarven Resilience and push again. I can't. Oh, I see. I'm trying to uncheck this one willpower. It was dumb. You just have to check the highest one. All right, try that one more time. We're gonna push and we're gonna drop down our. Yeah. Nope. Okay, so that was a fail, which means that's going to be. Do I guess I take this damage after each push, or do I take it after I'm done pushing? I assume each push.
Yes, I would assume each push.
Okay. So I'm gonna take an agility damage. I might just not be able to make this roll. I don't know what that ends up meaning for me, so. But I'll spend another willpower point and try it one more time.
Is that what your dwarven thing is that you just push forever?
Yeah, I can spend willpower points to push an additional time for each point spent.
That would only be one more time.
Is it? I mean, it says willpower points. I assume I could do it multiple times.
Does it say additional times or an additional time?
Or is it implying that you can spend a bunch of willpower at once?
Let me go and check the actual wording in the book, because I wrote it down shorthand. Talents.
62.
Right, okay.
You can push a die roll multiple times. It's literally a sentence.
All right then.
Spending willpower points. Every point spent allows you to push the roll one more time. So yeah, I think I can
is
just keep doing
a
it.
very strong kin talent.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna do it again. We're gonna push same roll because I still only have one fail. And there we
Okay.
go. I got it. I assume I take another point of agility damage though.
I don't think so because you only had the one skull and you took damage for that.
Okay. I mean, I'm comfortable with that. If we're saying that we aggregate the total number of skulls once I finish doing this process, that works for me too.
All right.
I'm
So-
down to 2.
Yeah, I guess you would get the willpower after your roll, right? So it's not an infinite push mechanic.
Yeah, it would have to be.
Like you can't push once, take a willpower, then push again, right? It would have to be. I can keep doing this to my current willpower total.
Definitely. I think we talked about this with Klingerdin also. So you get a willpower back for pushing, or is it for taking damage, or is it for both? I forget.
I looked that up. It is actually a willpower for the damage.
Got it. So I would get 1 willpower back, but I still will have spent 1, net total of 1.
Oh,
Yeah.
then let me reduce my willpower by that one that I didn't take any damage for. Got it.
All right. And
Right,
we
quite out of breath.
successfully.
But I make it to the other side.
You just pull a muscle getting across and took a little damage. Nothing major. You make your way across. The next building appears to just be like another gatehouse watchtower area. There is a exit on the back side, large double doors again. This is a large rampway stairway combo. Like you have the stairs to the left and then a ramp to the right hand side. It leads up to a small building. As you approach, you can hear noises coming from there that sounds almost or very much like a battle going on or a fight.
Time to get the bow back out.
Yep, sword redrawn.
Alright. We continue up the stairs?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna move you over real quick here. I already put your tokens on the stairway. They're down here. The doors are rotted out just like the others. What you see looking in is quite a scene. Just a quick second here. Alright. What you see is what used to be a small hall that's been converted into a laboratory. A large alchemical device takes up the one side. Bookshelves. There are 2 windows on each side. The contraption here rises up probably about 8 to 10 feet tall. This is a large vat that it could drain into. There is a liquid in there. The walls of this place are actually decorated in pieces of remains, bones that are ancient. Some of them look like they might be a little fresher. What you do see, however, is right here a very large, probably 7 foot tall. It looks like a cross between a scorpion and a person. It's standing over another person. They look to be rather beat up, but might still be alive. I think you might see them breathing a little bit. And just so we know, I set up an aura, a couple of them on this guy, representing arm's reach and then near range.
So you need
on
to
him.
click C, because we can't see them if you intended for us to. Down in the orders, there should be like the 3 buttons. They're vertical. You want to click that, and there should be a C checkbox.
There you go.
There you go. Square. It's a square.
Alright. And what are we all going to do?
You said there was a couple of auras, or just one aura?
Yeah, the second one's a little tough to see.
Yeah, I only see the... Oh, sorry.
I see it, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was a
Okay.
shadow.